Ladies and gentlemen, here's my updated and modified Airfield P51 Mustang. It's a high density EPO foam with a lot of carbon fiber reinforcement in the necessary places, and it's a 1450 millimeter wingspan. Just spent the last 3 months or so modifying and upgrading this bird, and I owe a lot of the tips and tricks and how-tos of what I learned for this plane on the RC Group's giant FMS EPO P51 nice thread. A lot of useful information on there, and it's a quite entertaining thread at times too. So first off, I'll just show you the general gist of the outside paint scheme. Borrowed my buddy's airbrush and painted the spinner and cowling, and also this black strip here on the fuselage. Got a Tower Hobbies P51 Mustang with tint on it, and modified Mr. Goofy there, aka the French musician. Also installed a steerable retractable tail wheel. Sits pretty low. I could add washers under that, but I kind of like how low that sits. It seems to have a bit of a hot rod appearance to it. Alright, I'm gonna put this on the stand and show you how the moving parts here, how they work, and then I'll flip it over, show you the underside, and also show you what's inside. First off, I'll show you the flaps. I've got the Corona, what are they here? They're the Corona CS 928BB 9-gram servos. It's a little higher torque than the Turnigy HXT 900s, but I got it set at 2 rates here. Got the Turnigy servo speed regulator and reverser. That's position 1, here's position 2. And I can always adjust the throws on this. I can actually get probably about, I don't know, 60-65% or degree rather throw on that. So right now it's at about position 2, call it a maybe 40 degrees. Anyway, I can adjust that after I made this thing and see how and where I like the flaps. So I ended up going with the straight cut method and used these pin hinges from Hobby King. Followed wind of change's idea pretty much on that by putting them in at a 45-degree angle here at 3 locations. And flip it here. Pretty pleased with how that turned out. Ailerons, got the HXT 900 9-gram micro servos. In the elevator, I have the HS85MG Mighty Micro servo. And for the rudder and tail wheel, using the Hextronic MG14 14-gram servo. Also put in the Hobby King super light hinges here on all the control surfaces, and those seem to work pretty well too. Alright, now I'm not gonna bother running the power here. I got a Turnigy 5055 580 kilovolt motor in there. I don't have the spinner screwed on here all the way. I ended up bending one of these little pieces here, so I got to epoxy that in place. Securing this on is kind of a pain to try to hold the motor prop adapter where it needs to be held. Now this isn't one I'm going to stay on here. Okay. Anyway, reduced the gap there, modified the motor mount for that, which all that stuff is documented on the blog. Show you the underside. Use this U-line tape here, which works pretty well for cleaning up the lines here and hiding all the wires, and it's a nice smooth surface. Adds maybe some reinforcement too, but put in the Hobby King 514 digital retracts for the main gear, and then I got the 312 retract for the back. Also doing a pull-pull system on the steering there. Here's the retracts. What else? Put in the carbon fiber spar here from wingtip to the fuselage here on both sides. It's 24 inches exactly. And then I got a 22-inch carbon fiber spar running through the plane right about here to help with the wing flex in the middle. I think that's probably the best it can do as far as reinforcing that without permanently attaching the wings. I like them to remain removable so I can transport them or store it whenever I need to. Alright, flip it over and I'll show you what's inside. Using the Spectrum AR7000 receiver, got the Turnigy 4000 milliamp 30C 5-cell battery. Also using the Castle Creations 10 amp BEC, running off of the 80 amp Volcano Proton series. Let's see what else. Oh, another cool thing that I found at the hobby shop here are these wire keeps. It's basically what they look like, and they work really well for keeping the wires on the sides where you need them to keep them out of the way of everything. I already mentioned the servos there. Yeah, other than that, I haven't flown it yet. Looking to do a maiden here soon when we get better weather and when I can find a suitable flying field. The city's currently building one right now that won't be done until springtime. Another thing I use is this Tamiya Chrome Silver X11. Paint works pretty well for a pretty close to perfect match for the stock Airfield color. Let's see, what else? I'm probably forgetting something. Oh, I painted the lights here on the end. That's pretty cool, huh? They don't work though, it's just paint. And another thing I did was another thing Wind of Change did is put in a carbon fiber vertical piece here to bend this right elevator push rod a little bit over so that there's an even throw on the elevator, since it's a dual connection there, and that evened out. That worked pretty well. Pretty simple fix. Alrighty, with that, I think another thing I can do is show you the flex in the wings. I'll set the camera down and show you how much play there is in the wings. Not a whole lot, but again, it is hard to keep it fully straight. I'm going to unplug the battery here too so I don't whack myself with the propeller. Let's see this way. So, a little bit of popping and cracking there because I haven't actually put any load on the wings yet. So, there you have it. Can't wait to go flyer. And with that, do a little bit of a cheers and a salute and a prost, whatever your nationality may be. Excited to fly this thing, and it's been about 3 months coming here, so wish you could join me, but tip back a beer or tea or coffee or whatever you're drinking, and cheers, boys.